Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today we've got the Hubsan Zino 2 again. We're going to take it up for its second flight. Now there's, if you saw my first video, I was out at the Snake River Canyon. There was quite a bit of wind, and so we saw a little bit of instability with the craft. So I noticed today, I fired it up at home because I'd heard that there was another firmware update, and there was firmware, I believe it's 1.1.19, and it stated in there that it was to improve stability of the craft. So let's hope that they did that. Let's hope that they made some improvements. Now the other thing we saw was some issues with the gimbal when it was in sport mode. I had a pretty wicked crosswind when I was out there at the canyon, so I suspect that that had something to do with it. But at any rate, we're going to get this thing up in the air. We're going to try some precision landings with the landing pad. We'll see how well it does. We're on the grass here, so even if it comes down and mows a little grass, it's not going to hurt anything, so we'll give that a shot. And then the other thing is we'll do some manual landings. The other day, and other people have reported this, the drone doesn't seem to go into landing mode when you pull that left stick down. In other words, the motors keep running for a while, and I actually had a situation where it kind of spun the drone around a little bit, and others have reported the same thing. So mess around with that a little bit too and see what we come up with. But I'm really liking this drone. I'm liking the camera quality on this drone, so let's just get it up, quit messing around, let's get it up in the air. Okie dokie, we're ready to fly. The drone has got 14 satellites reporting everything good. It did not ask for a compass calibration. I did one anyway. We just did that update. And by the way, after I did that firmware update, I also did a horizontal calibration and a gimbal calibration as well. So we should be good to go. Let's take off. And by the way, you're seeing the battery percentage at 93%. I did the firmware update and everything on this battery, so that's why that is. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit the takeoff button on the app here. Let me get out of the way so so you can see it. And I want to make sure, yeah, it's on camera there. Okay, so that's not bad. It's moving around a little bit. I'm not touching the sticks. Let's see if we can bring it in here. So I got my hands off the sticks here, and it's moving around a little bit, but it's not doing too bad. Let's switch to video mode, and I am going to set it to, yeah, so it's set at 30 frames per second, so let me double check that. Yeah, it's set at 30 frames. I believe that the drone, when you fire it back up, I think it defaults back to 30 frames per second. But anyway, we're good. White balance, I'm going to change that. It says automatic. We don't want that. It's kind of a cloudy day, so we're going to put cloudy day on. So we got the white balance set. Let's start video now. And let's do a manual drone, reverse it up. There we are. Let's drop the gimbal just a little here. And there's a few people out in the park today, but they're mostly around the perimeter, so we'll stay out here in the main part of the park. This drone's got some speed. About 12 meters per second there. And that is in normal mode, I believe. let's see, I think I can see that on the screen here. Doing a quick yaw around. There I am, standing next to the camera by the picnic shelter. So I'm looking on the screen here. Yeah, it says N. So if you look into the spinning, well, you guys can't see it, but there's a spinning propeller on the screen on the remote, and it's in N. So that tells me it's in normal mode. So let's, just for the fun of it, we had that issue with the gimbal the other day in sport mode. So I'm going to flip it into sport mode, and I'm going to go full stick forward. And let's see what we get. Yeah, so far so good. That was pretty good. That was a pretty fast little run there. When they say sport mode, they're not kidding around. Let's go full stick forward again. We'll go out to the opposite corner of the park. This thing is fast. Wow, watching it put on the brakes there was just amazing. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, this is a quick little drone. And the gimbal seems to be fine. So what I'm going to tell you is I think that situation that I had out at the canyon, there was some pretty high winds, plus there were some crosswinds, and I think in conjunction with putting it in sport mode, I think that's what it pushed that gimbal a little bit askew. So looks like we're good to go. Kind of anxious to look at this footage when we get home. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to back it up just a little bit, and we're going to hit return to home, and I'll turn off video, and we'll see what it does for a precision landing. So I'm hitting return to home on the controller. And it's turning off video. So let's see how it does on a precision landing. And it's returning home at a, not going real, well, it's starting to speed up here. It took it a second. So we'll see it, we should see it drop the video camera. It'll push the video camera straight down here when it gets low enough, and it'll start looking for that landing pad. By the way, I'm looking at the FPV screen. I see an S at the top too, which tells me it's in sport mode, so that's good to know. So it says it's looking for the apron. It's quite a ways off here. Yeah, there it's adjusting. Well, it really made a big adjustment there. It over-adjusted, went too far. And now it lost it. It's way off. Yeah, it's gonna be way off here, guys. I'm gonna cancel. So I canceled that, guys. I mean, it was, let me move the camera around here so that you can see it. So there's where the drone is and where the landing, that was where it was gonna land. So, all right, so let's, I'm gonna see if I can manually land it here. Had some problems the other day with it shutting off the motor, so I'm gonna move a little closer. My depth perception's a little bit off. So I'm holding the stick full down. So I was holding the stick full down there, and it did take it a second to shut off the motors, although it didn't seem like it skewed or anything. I'm hoping that that's something that they addressed in this last firmware update. We still got a beep going here, and I don't know what that is. Probably from the return to home mode, I assume. Not sure, but let's take off again. I'm going to put the drone back into normal mode, and let's take off. And the only, well, let's do a manual takeoff. So yeah, that fired up the motors. So the motors are idling. Left stick up. So there we go. Let's start video again. And well, I'll tell you what, it is amazing seeing how powerful this drone is compared to the original Zino. I mean, it is night and day. This thing's a rocket ship. So let's go out to the opposite end of the opposite corner of the park here. You can see all the construction that they're doing here. They're widening out 10 Mile Road here, and it is quite an operation. They've been working on it for a while. Meant to go up about 60 meters was all there, which is about roughly 200 feet. But anyway, you can see the construction that they're doing, and then you can also see all the houses that are going in here. I mean, my goodness. Lots of construction. So okay, let's bring it in here. In fact, let's just try another return to home, and let's see if we can get a decent precision landing. So hitting that now, takeoff point. So it's told me that it's returning to home. And as soon as it gets over the top of it here, I'm going to shut off video. And here it comes. It's coming right back. And it's fun to watch that thing in the air. I'm telling you guys, you are going to love this drone. It is so much fun to fly a powerful drone like this. So we should see it put down the camera now to try for a precision landing. So when it got to about, I don't know, roughly 14 meters or maybe 15 meters, so it's looking, but it's just not, it's not finding the target. Yeah, so I'm going to cancel. So you guys, yeah, you can see that on screen. So let's, we'll do another manual landing here. So this drone, you know, it's still not quite as precise as, like, say, the Mavic Mini, but it's pretty good. Let's see if I can get it over the pad here. Whoop. So I hit the downstick. Man, it just overreacts. So that's what I mean. So did you see that it was still spinning one of the motors? I wish I'd have had the thing lower here. I had the stick pushed all the way down, and you saw it kick one of those motors on high. That's what has happened to me before. That's what happened to Johnny Drone Flyer, and I know some other people have reported that as well. So just holding the stick down is not, evidently not a reliable way to shut down the motors. So I presume, you know, what we'll do is we'll try that again, and you know, maybe you have to go both sticks out, but you know, that's going to kill the motors immediately. So maybe once you get it on the ground, you try both sticks out. I don't know, I'd be afraid to do that, because then you're sending the drone also other commands to move too. You'd be sending it a command to do a yaw and to bank. So I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum. We'll have to mess around with it and see what we can do. Okay, so let's take off again. I wonder, I'm just going to try something here. I'm going to hold the land button and see if it will do an auto takeoff with that. No, it won't. Okay, just curious. So there we go, the button on the app. And yes, we want to take off. And a nice smooth takeoff. It does well. And by the way, this is also gratifying. We're only down to, started recording again. We're only down to 50% battery, so it does well. So I'm going to try a little follow me here. Let's back it up, get some altitude. And I'm going to walk out in the field here, and hopefully we can get a good audio recording with the iPhone. Okay, so in order to do follow me, click on the little, I don't know, looks like a drone or an X there, and we're going to go down here where it says follow me. And so this has active track only, it looks like. So the original Zino also has a GPS tracker. This just has active track, which is okay. That's where it's optically tracking you. So you draw the box around yourself. As soon as it finds you, you tap go. And the drone, we should be able to push it backwards here. And we are. And yeah, so the drone seems to be following me just fine. Yeah, that works well. So the only thing I'm going to caution you about on this mode is because this drone has no obstacle avoidance. If you're in trees or something like that, you need to pay attention to where the drone is going, because you could push it right into a tree. So for that reason, I would not try this anywhere but in an open area like this. Okay, so we're going to take it out of active track now. Video latency disabling function is recommended. So I don't know what that meant, but we stopped. So evidently it couldn't see me. So let's lift the camera back up, and we're going to go reverse and up. And boy, I'll tell you what, the park is getting pretty active now. It is about 20 minutes after 4 p.m. and park is getting really active. So I don't want to mess around too long. So let's try another return to home. So let's see. So it's coming back. Maybe it was hovering. So we're about 9 meters per second. At 10 meters per second. That's pretty damn fast. Okay, we're going to shut off video so that it can find the. We're going to let it see if it can find the landing pad. Down to 40% battery. So when it gets down to about 15 meters, we'll see it drop the camera. There it did. Well, there it's got the target. It even had it green there for a second. So it's moving around a little. It does have the target. We might get it this time, folks. I think we're going to get it. Oh, it's moving around quite a bit. We got a little bit of a breeze that came up, but it's green. Yeah, no, not quite. You can, well, it might yet. Well, so as you can see there, we had 2 legs on and 2 legs off. 2 legs on and 2 legs off. So, hey, that's something, right? Better than nothing. Okay, let's take off one more time here. And I don't know why it's giving me a battery warning here, or not a battery warning. It's beeping. Is that because it's under 40% battery? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to show you something here. We're going to see if this will work. Ron Brown was telling us that there's no just landing button, and there isn't either on the app or on the controller, a button that just says land in place. But I'm going to show you a way to do it. So we'll see if this will work. And we see the drone moving around here a little bit. I'm going to see if I can move it back over the landing pad. And you'll see it's moving around. So anyway, I'm going to go into return to home. I think I'll need to raise it a little. I'm going to go into return to home, and then I'm going to click land in place. And that's how you tell the drone to auto land. And we're going to be a little bit off of the pad. Yeah, and there, you know, I'm going to say that it pretty much evenly shut down the motors there. So we're at 32% battery. If anybody knows how to shut off that beeping, please let me know, because it's as bad as a DJI drone, and I'm sure that's a low battery warning. Although it doesn't say that anywhere on here, but we're going to go ahead and take off again. I want to get it down to about 15% battery or so. Forgot to start recording. I'm going to see if I can do an orbit here for a second. See if we can burn up a little bit. Oh, I forgot the GPS accuracy test. Skip. Let me bring it down. I need to bring the drone down and to me. The original Zino would ask you to do that test. Anytime you tried to take off or start video, it would remind you to do that accuracy test. The Zino 2 does not, so you need to, if you're going to do any of the intelligent flight modes, and you need to be relatively close to do it. So we're going to go in right now, and we are going to find it first. Start GPS accuracy test. And it's got us, so we're good. So let's go up again. Let's drop the camera a little. And we are going to do an orbit. And we are going to set the transmitter as the point of interest. And it is not giving me the little slider. There it goes. Okay. So there's the slider. We moved it right along. So the drone is currently doing its test. And we hit the stop button there. Let's do a return to home. Okay, so hitting return to home on the app now. Yeah, and it gave me a warning there at 22%, so it's ascending to its return to home altitude. I believe I set it at 50 meters, yeah. So here it comes. Let's turn off recording again. Yeah, it says it's searching. It might find it yet. It's moving around. Yeah, no, it says it didn't find it. So I'm going to cancel, and we're going to manually land it. So I'm going to hold the stick all the way down. So there again, you saw I had full stick down, and it took it a minute to shut off the motors. So something we need to figure out, and we're at 16% battery. So let me shut everything down and pack it up here, and we'll do a quick conclusion. Okay, so we've got everything shut down, and you know, I think the drone did pretty good today. We took it up and we tried some precision landings. You know, that didn't work as well as what you might have hoped, but honestly, I don't see that as a big deal. You know, precision landing to me, it's a thing that's kind of just fun to mess around with. We did try some of those landing modes where we brought it down to see, you know, how the motors shut off. I had some problems with that the other day, and other people have reported that. It's still, a couple times it came down, it seemed like it shut them off pretty good. Another time it didn't so much. You know, typically you pull that left stick down and it puts the drone into landing mode, and it'll just come right down, and as soon as it comes down, it'll shut off motors. You would particularly hope with these downward facing sensors that that's what it would do. What I forgot to do that I had hoped to do was to test these sensors again. When I was out with it the other day, I put my hand under the sensors to see if it would raise the drone. I forgot to do that today, so we'll try that again another time. I did hear from Blue Skyver, who has this same drone, and one of the things that he says is he feels like if they see something, rather than making the drone rise, it'll put it into landing mode and come down. So I don't know. That's something that we need to experiment with. I can say that it doesn't seem like we see that when we're landing it, but I don't know. So that's just something else for another day that we can mess around with. But mostly, I'm going to tell you, this is a fast, powerful drone, and it's just a ball to fly. That controller works better. You get better information. It handles good. It's way more precise than the original Zino when you're flying it. And like I said, we were definitely more stable here today with that firmware update, although it's much less windy today too, so I don't think that was really a fair test. But we'll keep messing around. We'll keep testing that stuff. Hey, so we'll get this thing out. We'll try some more things with it, but I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. And hey, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you looking at this video, and we absolutely will see you on the next one. I mean, the Zino 2, man, this thing is just awesome. I dig this guy. We're going to have a lot of fun with this drone, folks. We'll see ya.